$1 billion solidarity program, raised path benefits and increased the number of path beneficiaries, introduced health insurance for creatives and pensions for tourism workers. I urge you to think of what would have happened if COVID had occurred under the PMP's watch. My administration kept Jamaica safe. Not one public sector worker was laid off or their wage cut, and the government implemented the largest relief package in Jamaica's history. And following the pandemic, public sector workers received the largest pay increases ever under the Public Sector Compensation Review Program. After Hurricane Beryl, too, we rapidly mobilized and delivered benefits in record time. For the first time, Jamaica is in a better position to respond to these shocks without borrowing or relying on foreign aid. I could go on, but we have summarized our achievements in our booklet for you to review our achievements document. But we know that this election is also about the future, your family's future, the future of Jamaica, land we love. There is more work to be done. We are not resting on previous work. We are accelerating our progress to prosperity. Our vision for our next term includes continuing on our economic growth trajectory and accelerating growth, eradicating absolute poverty by moving to a livable wage system, a national land titling campaign to deliver 25,000 titles per year, regularizing land ownership in Jamaica, 60,000 additional housing units, in addition to the 70,000 already in train, with 15% allocated to young people, a new electricity license to reduce electricity costs, a phased reduction in our base income tax rate from 25 to 15%, an income tax exemption for persons aged 65 years and above earning $6 million or less. We will move to the second phase of the Spark program, which will focus exclusively on your community roads. And we will expand water infrastructure to bring the precious commodity to over 900,000 Jamaicans who don't have reliable water. For persons with physical and learning disabilities, we will increase path support, increase opportunities for independent income earning, and increase the number of diagnostic facilities. I encourage you to read our manifesto. No matter where you are in our society, we are thinking of you, your hopes, your dreams, your challenges, your safety, and your success. It is through meeting your needs and supporting your future that we are building a Jamaica that is more productive, more inclusive, and more united. This election comes down to promises versus delivery. Commitments can only be fulfilled by those with a record of performance. And we have the record of performance. Making the wrong choice could reverse our progress in crime reduction, reintroduce irresponsible management of the economy and your tax dollars, eroding private sector confidence, and reducing opportunities for our people and prospects for growth. Our vision is to make Jamaica among the safest countries in the world with a stronger, more diversified economy that will maximize opportunity for all under a government that facilitates your success and continuously improves your quality of life. We stand at a critical juncture. The choice you make on election day will decide whether we continue Jamaica's steady rise or risk it all in untested hands. And so I come to you once more to ask for your vote for a renewed mandate to continue building Jamaica. We have the undisputed record of performance, so there is no need to gamble with our future. On September 3rd, I ask you to choose Jamaica. Choose stability, choose opportunity, choose growth, choose performance. Choose the Jamaica Labour Party. Together, we will continue doing more for you. May God bless you, and may God bless Jamaica, land we love.
The proceeding was a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
Jamaica. For far too long, bad roads have burdened our communities. PMP once promised pothole-free Jamaica by 2003. That didn't work out for you. This Jamaica Labour Party government is different. We're not just talking, we're working, building your roads, delivering results. Under the Spark program, we're investing $45 billion of your money to build over 600 new roads in your communities. New sidewalks, drains, water pipes, and so much more. By November, we will complete the first 100 across all 14 parishes. This is for you, your communities, your roads, your future. We will get it done. Choose performance. Choose Jamaica. Choose the Jamaica Labour Party.
For over 30 years, we here in Jamaica have been gripped by persistent violent crime. This Jamaica Labour Party administration said, enough is enough. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Andrew Holness and the National Security Minister, Dr. Horace Chang, we've made the largest investment in national security in Jamaica's history. We've upgraded police stations, improved border security, added boots on the ground, equipped our security forces with better training, intelligence, and tools. We've changed the law, tougher penalties for illegal guns, stronger anti-gang legislation, longer sentences for murder, and the results? For the first time in 30 years, murders in Jamaica are projected to fall below 800. So when it comes to safety for your family, for your children, for your community, choose strength, choose security, choose the Jamaica Labour Party.
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
We are doing more for you, putting more money in the pocket of every Jamaican. We have given more to pensioners, more to path beneficiaries, and more to public sector workers. When we increased the minimum wage, they had an issue. They were concerned. They were not concerned about Mark's $25 million salary. Choose the party that chooses you. Choose the Jamaica Labour Party. Put your X beside the bell.
When I chose to serve, it wasn't about politics. It was about love for country, for people, and a passion to ensure every Jamaican can secure the future we all deserve. And we have made real progress. Thousands of Jamaicans now have water for the very first time. New roads have been built. The murder rate is at its lowest in decades. Poverty and unemployment are at record lows. And we have done it all without imposing new taxes. That's not a promise, that is delivery. No matter which political party you have supported in the past, this election is about Jamaica's future. We are doing more for you, and we are not done yet. Jamaica is moving forward, and we must keep building. The Jamaica Labour Party has a strong team that is getting the job done. We are committed to you, your family, your future, and to Jamaica land we love. I am Andrew Holness. Put your X beside the bell.
We do so much already, now we doing more. We doing Jamaica Labour Party, yes, we doing more. For you, JLP doing more. For you, JLP doing more. Let's go.
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
My Jamaican family, in 2016, you gave me and the Jamaica Labour Party a mandate to put Jamaica on the path to prosperity. Debt was high, unemployment was high, crime was high, corruption was high, public infrastructure was crumbling, and confidence in our shared future was low. Since 2016, I have endeavored to fulfill your faith in my administration. Today, I can confidently report that Jamaica is stronger, safer, with brighter prospects than any other time in our recent history. You and your family have a better chance at earning a steady income with 280,000 new jobs created, more youth in training, and we almost tripled the minimum wage resulting in the lowest poverty rate in our history. More of your tax dollars go to providing the critical services you need rather than paying debt. We have built and upgraded more hospitals and health centers, acquired more police vehicles, more buses for the JUTC, more garbage trucks for waste collection, and implemented the rural school bus system, more trucks for the fire brigade. 350,000 more Jamaicans now have piped water, and over 660 roads are being upgraded across the island under the Spark program. Your communities are safer, with murders down by more than 55% over the last 3 years as a result of ZOZOs, SOEs, community policing, improved training, and technology in the force. We have also established dispute resolution centers and domestic violence intervention units. The transformation of our education system is underway, and this year we're seeing improved results. We have built a more caring and resilient society, able to withstand shocks and disasters. We have implemented the $1 billion Solidarity Program, raised path benefits and increased the number of path beneficiaries, introduced health insurance for creatives, and pensions for tourism workers. I urge you to think of what would have happened if COVID had occurred under the PMP's watch. My administration kept Jamaica safe. Not one public sector worker was laid off or their wage cut, and the government implemented the largest relief package in Jamaica's history. And following the pandemic, public sector workers received the largest pay increases ever under the Public Sector Compensation Review Program. After Hurricane Beryl, too, we rapidly mobilized and delivered benefits in record time. For the first time, Jamaica is in a better position to respond to these shocks without borrowing or relying on foreign aid. I could go on and on, but we have summarized our achievements in our booklet for you to review our achievements document. But we know that this election is also about the future, your family's future, the future of Jamaica, land we love. There is more work to be done. We are not resting on previous work. We are accelerating our progress to prosperity. Our vision for our next term includes continuing on our economic growth trajectory and accelerating growth, eradicating absolute poverty by moving to a livable wage system, a national land titling campaign to deliver 25,000 titles per year, regularizing land ownership in Jamaica, 60,000 additional housing units, in addition to the 70,000 already in train, with 15% allocated to young people, a new electricity license to reduce electricity costs, a phased reduction in our base income tax rate from 25 to 15%, an income tax exemption for persons aged 65 years and above earning $6 million or less. We will move to the second phase of the Spark program, which will focus exclusively on your community roads. And we will expand water infrastructure to bring the precious commodity to over 900,000 Jamaicans who don't have reliable water. For persons with physical and learning disabilities, we will increase path support, increase opportunities for independent income earning, and increase the number of diagnostic facilities. I encourage you to read our manifesto. No matter where you are in our society, we are thinking of you, your hopes, your dreams, your challenges, your safety, and your success. It is through meeting your needs and supporting your future that we are building a Jamaica that is more productive, more inclusive, and more united. This election comes down to promises versus delivery. Commitments can only be fulfilled by those with a record of performance. And we have the record of performance. Making the wrong choice could reverse our progress in crime reduction, reintroduce irresponsible management of the economy and your tax dollars, eroding private sector confidence, and reducing opportunities for our people and prospects for growth. Our vision is to make Jamaica among the safest countries in the world with a stronger, more diversified economy that will maximize opportunity for all under a government that facilitates your success and continuously improves your quality of life. We stand at a critical juncture. The choice you make on election day will decide whether we continue Jamaica's steady rise or risk it all in untested hands. And so I come to you once more to ask for your vote for a renewed mandate to continue building Jamaica. We have the undisputed record of performance, so there is no need to gamble with our future. On September 3rd, I ask you to choose Jamaica. Choose stability, choose opportunity, choose growth, choose performance. Choose the Jamaica Labour Party. Together, we will continue doing more for you. May God bless you, and may God bless Jamaica, land we love.
The proceeding was a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
We do so much already, now we doing more. We doing Jamaica Labour Party, yes, we doing more for you. JLP doing more for you.
Okay, so welcome to Let's Reason Live. We have some time to spend with Jamaica tonight, and to spend the time with us is our very own Kamina Johnson-Smith, Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Yes.
The
And foreign trade.
And foreign trade, the Fix superstar.
Oh, my Lord.
That video dropped. The video dropped. We saw the dancing. We heard the comments. We heard the lies that you blatantly
Unmasked.
Yes.
Called out.
You
Called out.
called
I
it
called
out.
out.
You
One or
called
two
it out.
things.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't watched it yet, but I will
You
tonight.
should.
I will.
It's
Absolutely.
a good watch.
I'm looking forward to it. They were very, I really like the two young people who conducted the interview, and it was very relaxed, very relaxing.
Yes.
So I'm actually a little worried about what I was too relaxed about saying, but let's see.
Well, let's hope I can make you relaxed.
Yes, yes.
Enough.
Absolutely.
Enough this evening.
Yeah.
So, everyone on the live, you would have heard the Prime Minister's remarks.
Excuse me.
It was about 7 minutes long, but I believe it primarily focused on promises versus
Performance?
performance, right? And it's easy for people to talk about what performance looks like, but we want to start with actual results.
Excuse me.
So
Sorry.
to have the discussion, 2020 manifesto by the Jamaica Labour Party. I think it's a good.
It's
way
a good-
to segue
it's a good
into
place to start.
2025.
Yeah.
It's a good place
Yeah.
to start because the campaign continues to be about performance.
Right.
And even if we make commitments,
Yeah.
not promises,
Right.
commitments, there is a track. We certainly did this.
Yeah.
So talk to me. 2020 manifesto. Were you
Well,
head of manifesto committee in 2020?
I believe I was co-chair.
You're a co-chair. So you're stepping up each time.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay. Talk to us.
So,
Three main points.
okay, well, what I can point out is that our 2020 manifesto was, of course, done in the heart of COVID.
Yes.
And our focus was therefore on recovery. But even that manifesto started with 4 pages of achievements.
Okay.
4 pages of these are the things that we did in when we since we took office in 2016, and then we said our focus is going to be on going forward, and we listed, I think it's 9 things. One was about recovering the economy as quickly as possible. Of course, you remember all the uncertainty around COVID.
Certainly made mention.
Absolutely. And then it said that we're also going to ensure that Jamaicans are working again. So job creation and diversification and more training. And that we've certainly done. 550,000 persons been registered to train at heart since 2020. 280,000 jobs created since 2020.
So let's not move too fast because I want us to delve deeply into it, right?
Okay.
So we said promises versus performance.
Right.
2020, you made mention of training.
Mm-hmm.
2025, you came out with a manifesto book. The JLP came out with a manifesto book all about education.
Yeah.
Now, on the streets, people tend to think education is limited to primary, high school, and we think about children.
Right.
But training is much bigger than that. So you could take a course at heart,
Absolutely.
free up to level
4, and in our next term, should the Jamaican people trust us with their vote,
Yes.
it will be free to level 5.
It will be free to level 5.
Yes.
So again, training is not just for
Training is super important. Not only do we certify people for the experience they have, so that they have the qualifications to get better paying jobs, but we also have expanded the course, the curriculum, the scope of a curricula at heart. So, at one point it was cooking, it was cosmetology, barbering, just a few courses, and hospitality, of course. There was basic tourism training and hospitality. But we now have mechatronics, we have digital literacy, we have 2,000 seniors over 60 retired persons registered doing new things, mentorship.
So what will you be doing?
I don't have time for heart just now. I don't have time for heart just
an
now.
online component.
They do?
Yes, Heart has an online component. So for those of you at home watching this, go onto the Heart website. You may be surprised the courses that you can do
Great.
just by sitting in your living room.
Wonderful. And one of the things that we're going to do in another term, in our next term, is to have an online literacy program.
Okay.
So we know that we've had a lot of our boys dropping out of school too early. And we also know that we've had literacy issues and maybe even persons with undiagnosed dyslexia and other learning challenges. So they have left school not literate. They're functionally literate, so they can get a job, etc., but they can't go beyond, they can't rise. And they're at a point where they know they need they know they need that foundation, or they're missing that foundation. But to go to school or to go to church, or they're not comfortable with that. So we are going to develop a program that's offered online with audio and visual, so that you can, on your phone, in the privacy of your home, build your literacy skills, your remedial literacy.
So training was a big part of our 2020 manifesto.
Yes.
We're achieving
Absolutely.
those goals and transitioning to 2025. The manifesto is saying we're taking it up a notch.
To another level.
So
absolutely.
it's a promise made, promise kept,
and we're building on that
and
foundation.
we're building on that foundation.
Absolutely.
Okay, another one from 2020.
So let's take recovery of the economy. I mean, we've not only recovered and had one of the fastest recoveries in the world, but we have kept all our macroeconomic indicators going in the right direction. So we have had historic lows in unemployment. We're at 3.3%. Historic cutting of our debt to GDP. I don't know if you remember, we had reached 90 something before COVID, and it went up to 110, and it's now at 62.
Okay.
And of course, when we took office, I think it was either 137 or 147. The brain is tired, I'm sorry. But
working.
Yes, but we brought it down to 62%. That's fantastic. And did it without raising taxes, and did it while introducing a new social pension, raising the PATH benefits, doubling our PATH benefits, as a matter of fact, tripling minimum wage. So we looked at the most vulnerable, the lowest wage earners, retained all the jobs, because no one in the public sector lost their job while we went through COVID. And we also incentivized private sector to keep people employed, so that we retained as much economic stability as was possible.
So let's reason, right?
Okay.
So we're reasoning.
Okay.
We spoke about 2 points from the 2020 manifesto.
Yes.
And one of the points that you made mention are the everyday person going to heart, and in 2025 there's a commitment for literacy.
Right.
Bella, your 2025 manifesto, the JLP website, AI, you're asking Bella and she's answering.
She's answering.
Who's the voice behind Bella?
I don't know.
You don't know? I think the voice behind Bella maybe sitting to my right. It sounds familiar. But Let's Reason is also from the questions that every day people ask
Right.
via Bella.
Yeah.
So we
Some of our top questions.
yeah, some
right?
of our top questions. So we took some of those questions,
But
and you
hold
touched on it.
Hold on, Titania, can I please? Because honestly, I keep hearing so often people dismissing manifestos and equating us with the PNP in terms of performance and delivery. And they say, because we haven't done everything, they pull on that to say that to almost mount an argument to say that we haven't done anything that we said we'd do. And I really feel it's important at this time, this critical time when people are thinking about how to make a choice, that I make clear that if you look at our 2020 manifesto and you turn to the page that says what our focus will be going forward, and you read the 9 things, from recovering stronger, ensuring Jamaicans are working again, transforming our education system,
I'm reading.
building the safe, secure, and just Jamaican society for which we all yearn, improving access to health care, investing in our people, enabling and empowering Jamaicans through the provision of national identification, access to internet, more effective and simplified delivery of service using technology. I mean, we're now applying for our passport online. We pay most of our taxes online. You can apply for your e-motor vehicle certificate
so that's
online.
one of my biggest things, right? So as someone who considers themselves a little bit techie,
Yes.
speed, a big category in the 2025 manifesto,
Yes.
it spoke to me as a young person.
Yeah.
I do not want to go to TAJ and stand in the long lines. I'm sorry.
No, and really, and it's about productivity too.
Yes.
You shouldn't be having to waste all that time.
And we know we don't want to talk about it, but it also removes that aspect that we should not be
All
participating.
aspects,
Correct.
absolutely.
So
It makes the system more transparent, more accountable, more and with more predictable deliverables.
Correct.
And times.
And so with all of that tied together, manifestos are, I believe, like almost a foundation. It's their guiding light.
Yeah.
That's
that's a nice way to put it.
It's a guiding light.
Yeah.
Every 6 months as a ministry or as a government, you look back and you say, did I do this? Or am I on the right path? So we made mention of GDP. It's always that big word that it's a 3-letter acronym.
Yeah.
But it's so fast.
Yes.
And it means so much. And we've reduced it. The debt to GDP is now 62%.
Yep.
Let me ask you, do you think the regular Jamaican is experiencing what that reduction means? That's a question from Bella, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
And, well, I would love to hear how she answered it, but I'm going to give it a try. Absolutely. Even though you interrupted me before I was able to finish the other things that we focused on, but we'll get back to that. I know you'll let me. But debt to GDP, I was explaining it to someone the other day. So if you owe more than you earn, then by the time you have paid your debt, you are unable to meet your basic needs. And it's why for so many years, Jamaica has suffered from underinvestment in all of our infrastructure. So that's roads, your health centers, your police stations, your bridges, your schools. Underinvestment in infrastructure for decades is what we inherited. Similarly, it means that it's more difficult to pay for, you can't pay for your basics if you're paying down debt before you are able to do anything else. So for Jamaica now, what it means now that we have created space between 62 and 100, because 100% is what you earn.
Yes.
And if you owe more than that 100%, then clearly you're in a deficit once you have paid out. So if you're running a household and your salary, your 100% of your salary.
I can see this on a whiteboard. By the way.
Yes. when you look at who you owe, by the time you have paid your bills, you are owing again.
You're in a negative.
You're in a owing again before you're able to pay to buy food, to do any of the nice to do things you want to do. It's really that you're operating in a deficit.
So
what we have done now, just in the country, what we've done is pay down the debt to create the fiscal space, which is essentially the resources, the availability of resources to repair 138 health centers, repair 150 police stations, buy new vehicles, more vehicles than have ever been bought before, fit for purpose, motorbikes, trucks, you name it, what they need for predial larceny. It's what we've done to build 9 new police stations. It's what we've used to be able to give the largest public sector wage increase in the history of independent Jamaica. We have appointed more judges so that at the parish council level, where 85% of Jamaicans access justice,
Yes.
that we have now cleared the backlog so that cases can be heard more quickly. Working at it at the Supreme and Appellate Court levels. It's the 3 million prescriptions that we now cover in the health system, free medication and subsidized.
We're going to deep dive into NHF.
Okay, and then of course on the NHF as well. There's an expansion of the NHF, and improved access to healthcare is right here. As a matter of fact, in this list,
Yes.
that you don't like me to,
In
you
the
don't want me
first-
to read.
We're gonna go through
yes,
it bit by bit.
but-
We have time.
That's true. We do have some time, but so that just to say that having paid down the debt, it's allowed us to use the resources strategically to do the things that we need to do to impact lives, like remove the fees from heart so that people can afford to go.
So let's practice repetition, right?
Okay.
So you did the interview on the fix, and one of the
Okay.
things that stood out for me was when you spoke about your ministry and one of the changes that you made, which is to have a fund now you can support Jamaicans overseas.
A budget line. No,
Yeah.
please don't say that we can support Jamaicans
Okay,
overseas,
tell me what to
because there are
say.
more Jamaicans who live overseas than live in Jamaica.
Oh, we know.
Clearly,
Go
we're
to
still a
Iceland,
developing
you'll find a
country.
Jamaican.
We will. Antarctica, you
Yes.
name it,
We're
we're there.
everywhere.
We're everywhere. But
So
no,
tell us
what
what you
we
did.
have is a consular line in the budget now, so that in severe cases of emergency, we are able to help. So we have a case of trafficking, and we're contacted. We're able to verify location of the person, work with them to have somewhere safe to stay until we're able to help them find a ticket to come back. Being able to do that now, for me, that's a massive and important change in how the ministry, which is always perceived that's sort of operating up here, touches lives.
Okay, so Bella
Yes.
asked a question that tied back to 2020. I told you I was
Okay.
coming back, right? So it said, how many jobs have really been created under your watch, the JLP, the
Right,
government?
right.
And in what industries? Here is where it got interesting with the question.
Mm-hmm.
Is that in line with what you promised in your manifesto?
Right.
So they're making mention of your 2020 manifesto and your 2025 manifesto.
Right.
The jobs that were created, because we made mention of the number. Tell us the big number.
280,000. Actually, when we did,
A little bit louder.
280,000 jobs have been created.
Yes.
And to tell you that when we did the record achievements,
Yes.
the most recent data told us 250,000, which means since we have published it, we have actually received data that has told us that we have created 30,000 more jobs. And more people have joined the
And
labor force.
And a little bit of thing that
Yes,
you
so
know.
it's not that the labor force is shrinking, so the percentage is higher. It is that more people are working. More people are working.
And then we have 2,000 seniors doing courses on
Doing
HARS,
courses
ready
in
to be added
literacy, etc.
as contractors to
Yes,
the
absolutely.
Okay. So Bella asked, is that in line with your 2020 manifesto?
Yeah, we spoke very much about our commitment to get Jamaicans working again, to expand and grow our economy and to create more jobs. So we have done just that.
So
We have done just that.
it's a promise versus
It's performance.
it's performance.
It's performance.
Yeah,
It's delivery.
important.
It's performance.
We're going to play on that today.
Okay.
Because
Okay. I will work with you on that.
You started it. You started by saying there's a perception of what manifestos are.
Yes, yes.
And we're debunking that myth.
I agree.
Because we
It must be
have
done.
the performance.
Must be done.
It must be done. So give us another line from your 2020 manifesto.
Right.
And we are passionate about that as co-chair then.
Building the building the safe, secure. Building the safe, secure, and just Jamaican society for which we all yearn. So of course I just started speaking about the court system, right? And in addition to that, we've expunged 7,200 records, given
What does
7,000.
expunge mean?
So when someone has a criminal record, the law actually prescribes what you can actually, what crimes you can remove the criminal, well, the record
Okay.
from
So
their history.
so they don't
Official
have that record
history.
anymore.
No.
So they can apply for citizenship
For jobs,
and
for
jobs, and
like
if they
you
do
can't
their
apply
fingerprint, it
exactly.
won't show up.
You can't apply to be in the police if you have. So you might have been caught with a spliff however many years ago, and it's just a criminal record, which would prevent you from applying to the police. But you're otherwise been an entirely upstanding citizen, and you are committed to national service in that way. So now that your record is expunged, you have other opportunities open to you.
So in your first life or your other life, you're a lawyer, yes?
I was.
Was?
Well, I practiced as a lawyer. Clearly, I'm not practicing.
Well,
No,
big on
I am a
policy.
lawyer. I'm a lawyer, yes, but
Okay.
I've of course been working in a different
And we thank
realm.
you for that. But Chief Justice Sykes,
Yeah.
he said something, I think it was last year, that we have cleared the backlog
Yeah.
in the courts.
Yes. At the
So,
parish courts.
At the parish courts. What does that mean for the everyday Jamaican?
It means that your cases get heard quicker.
Okay.
It means that going to court and getting a case, getting a date for your trial 5 years from now or whatever, that's not happening at the parish court level anymore. It means that they are current
Okay.
with their times. Appellate court is at 110% now, which means that they're now reducing the backlog. It
Okay.
means they're hearing what's coming in and they're clearing what's there. So, and at the Supreme Court, it's a little lower, but we're working at it as well.
Working at it means that you're committing to making it better.
Oh, absolutely.
Remember, the
Absolutely.
performance, you know, we're performing.
But let me also tell you what's also so important in the justice system now. One of the things that we have done, because what we said was it's building the safe, secure, and just Jamaican society, right? So one of the things that we have always been deeply concerned as a Jamaica Labour Party, as a party of equal rights and justice,
Yes.
is how we treat victims. So there was a victim support unit. We have expanded it, and we have actually expanded it to include child diversion, for which we passed the act in our 2016 administration. So what it does is it identifies young people who come into conflict with the law, and instead of them just going through the court system, which kind of pull them aside, and they get mentorship, they get counseling, they get, sort of maybe pre-detention rehabilitation, so they don't get locked up. They actually get worked with, and there are many young people
So
who
it's justice
thousands
for all.
justice for
Not
all.
for some.
No, justice
for
for
the
all.
Tapenaris.
No,
It's
no.
justice for all.
Absolutely. So young people re-enter school. They might have been on the margins. They may have been recruited. They may have been up to any number of antisocial behaviors, but they're now thriving
So
because they've been diverted from a life of crime or antisocial behavior.
So in the manifesto, we spoke
Yeah.
about a safe, secure country. And just, right? And you made mention of justice just now.
And we don't reach a secure yet.
We don't reach a secure yet.
Safe
And that's like everyone.
Safe and secure is a big one.
Somebody
Yeah.
said on an interview recently that we moved from 300 gangs to
Less than it's just over 100 now.
just over
Yeah.
100. So
So
almost
we've
cut
cut
in half.
more than cut in
More
half.
than cut in half.
Active gangs.
So
yeah.
security isn't just about the vehicles driving up and down.
No.
There's some strategy in the background.
No.
Yes?
And in this manifesto, we pledge a gang-free Jamaica, because we are going to build on our Plan Secure Jamaica, which goes across the whole piece of prevention, situational, operational, maritime, rehabilitation, the full gamut of crime and criminality, prevention and rehabilitation and everything in between. We've been working on that, and that's what's yielding the results now.
So I like to bring it home, right?
Right.
So we spoke about children in the system
Yeah.
and that rehabilitation.
Yeah.
So pretty much with this gang-free
Free
Jamaica that we're looking at, our young boys will no longer be going to school late because they had to stay up and watch the ends. That's a commitment that we're making.
Yeah,
to
we
Jamaica.
want our young people in school. We want them training. We want them being a part of the economy. We want them growing themselves, being their best selves. We want them becoming part of a new family, building their own family. If whatever deficiencies they had growing up, we want them to provide a different future for themselves and their children.
So let's touch on something lighter.
Yeah.
Because you said going to school.
Not the 43% reduction in murder? Okay.
No.
Okay.
We're getting there.
Okay.
But we said lighter. At Grand Gala this year,
Yeah.
there was a song that said, "The wheels on the bus go round,
Round and round. Yes.
I don't have the voice to sing a song, right?
Nor me.
Well, you have the moves. So somebody will sing and you have to bust out a move, right? But in order to get the children there, what is the government doing?
The government is providing a rural bus system. Excuse me, sorry. My allergies are acting up.
My grandmother would have said, true word.
True word. Well, I've been sneezing all afternoon, so it must be true words.
True words.
True words happening. All right, so a new national rural bus system. Safe buses, buses that are, excuse me,
True word.
purpose built. I'd say they're safer than the average bus. And the regular buses, they are built so that if, heaven forbid, school bus is in an accident, they're built to save children's lives. So this is, I know there have been some questions about the ability of the bus to get into interior roads, but there are 3 different size buses, and so that is being thought out. This is why we did all the testing before school day.
I saw the wheels on the bus going round and round
Yes.
on Mavis Bank Main Road.
And if you can
Now,
do
let me
Mavis
tell you,
Bank
if you
Main
can do
Road,
Mavis Bank Main Road,
then you're good.
then you are 100%
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So a lot of parents are really excited about, because not only is it going to mean that parents are saved money, like if you think about a mother sending a child to school, $1,000 a day, 500 to go, 500 to come back, 5 days a week. You know, how much is that math already?
I don't have the whiteboard.
Should we ask Damien?
The math won't maths.
So, you know, if you calculate how much it is that parents have to make the choice, and if they have 3 children, how much on a weekly basis they spend out of salaries, then you realize how a rural school bus system not only gives peace of mind, not only secures their safety, but their regular attendance. And when we speak about safety, we're also speaking about what happens, what we all hear that happens on some of those taxi rides with the very dark tint and the laps and the all manner of illicit activity that we want to rid our young students of. There must be about school. School.
And I feel
Book,
like everything ties into it, because I will pull up
Absolutely.
here, you have 100 highlights.
We
and
do.
all of these things for just education. And
Yeah.
we're tying it all because we're talking.
There's the
and it's
education
all
one. Oh,
about,
there's the education
There's
manifesto.
education one here, in case you haven't received it. This is what
Right.
it looks like, right? We're talking about what Bella asked, because it said, how did...
Well, it's what Bella was asked. Right.
Like, did regular families really feel a difference?
Yeah.
And if it is that the government is providing transportation for students in rural communities,
Yes.
then that money that you'd have to
That's
pay for
exactly it.
transportation is going back into pockets.
Absolutely. So it's savings, it's the ability to be able to invest in purchasing the buses without taking on new debt. So that's part of the skill as well. How do you move the money around? How do you move the budget around to be able to meet the most important needs at any given time? So buying the buses, being able to ensure safe and increased attendance, because remember, one of the issues that we've been having with our educational outcomes is the fact that attendance is often low in rural schools.
We have to...
In non-trads,
We're going to make
non-traditionals, yeah. So no,
This
it
is a
will
commitment.
happen,
This is a
yes.
commitment.
But it's why we have our education manifesto, is because we've broken it out to send the signal that we are taking aim at truly transforming education and delivering for Jamaicans a transformative education system. Did you say we were doing something lighter?
Yeah, I did say lighter, but then, you know, you went transformation and you went...
It's an
rural
overused
school,
word,
yes.
but it is going to happen.
You know,
it's going to happen.
which word is a taboo in every Jamaican family? Debt.
Oh,
Nobody
that is
wants
not
it.
good.
That is not good.
No,
And we've reduced
neither
that.
a lender nor a borrower
Yes.
be, you know.
Yeah, no,
We have to
no,
learn.
That's a taboo word.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about that word
Mm-hmm.
because we've reduced that, so it allows us to do
More.
more.
To do more for you.
We're-
This is what I like our, does this shirt say?
It's not on the.
It's not on this
they have
shirt,
a thing
but-
for shirts, you know. It's not. It's on the back of the shirt.
Okay, choose Jamaica.
Choose Jamaica.
Yes.
Okay. So, but doing more for you.
Yeah? Do
Uh,
more for you.
I tried with something light. Let's try again.
Okay.
Let's try again.
Yes, let's try again. I'm game.
We or Jamaica's fave,
Mm-hmm.
Olivia Babsy Gray.
Yes.
We talk about justice,
Mm-hmm.
and the opposition had in a document. I'm not sure if it's a manifesto, but we call it a document about transformation for women.
Mm-hmm.
But we have some centers open. Our hardworking minister.
The first government-run domestic violence shelters
Yes.
have been implemented by the Andrew Holness-led administration under the leadership of Minister Babsy Grange. We have a third one that's under renovation now. It's fine-tuning because they're expanding it to add a transitional house. So since 1984, Jamaica has had one shelter.
Yes.
And it's NGO run with a subsidy from government. But what we now have are 2 full operational shelters that have space for children. The NGO one doesn't. Has space for children, has programs for counseling, for transitioning, to ensure that there is not just a place to lay your head that is physically safe, but a place to heal so that you move with empowerment and strength into another phase of life.
Doing more for you.
Doing more for you.
Everybody.
And the third is coming. The third is coming. Yeah.
Okay. Commitment.
Commitment.
It's not a
Absolutely
promise.
not a promise.
It's a
no.
commitment.
And we work with partnerships. But again, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade lobbied for support to bring the Spotlight initiative to support we had a gender-based, an action plan to end gender-based violence. And, but we didn't have funding for it.
There's a hotline as well.
There's a 24-hour hotline
Yes.
where you not only can report, but you can get counseling.
So
It's important.
while we're talking, it's not just about listing the performance.
No, how it
we're-
touches lives.
It's how it touches lives. We're pausing here to reiterate. If you're watching this and you need support, if you're a female in an uncomfortable and abusive relationship, this government has a hotline for you. There is, would like to say, a safe house. What's the right term?
They're shelters.
Shelters
Not a safe-
for
yeah.
you and your
Your children.
child/children. So, doing more for you.
Yes.
Very specific, very targeted to our children, women in Jamaica, and we're having a
Absolutely.
conversation with a beautiful woman.
And
here.
the locations, likewise.
You
Locations,
caught that
high
one.
fives, yeah.
You caught that one.
Always. So locations also confidential, so you can know that you're safe. And in respect of children who may be facing abuse as well, remember we have the 211 hotline. We used to have 1-800-PROTECT,
Yes.
and then the issue was spelling of the PROTECT, and was it so we now have 211. That's all you have to call if you're concerned, if you see a child being mistreated in your community, because you can report it anonymously, even if it's not your child that's experiencing violence. If you see something wrong in the community, and we know we have had cases where it's when the worst happens, and then people in the community say, we did hear, but we never really say. If you see something, say something.
Yes.
Say something.
Also, there are child ambassadors. So I recall my sister was a child ambassador. So even when, she may feel like you raise her voice, the first thing she'd say, I'm going to call. And I'm just like, who empowered these children? Our grandparents used to have a heavy hand.
They would have a different position.
A different approach.
A different approach.
A different
Yeah.
approach. Now, you have to YouTube and Google the approach of our children these
But
days,
we
or they
want
will call 211.
we want a safer, gentler society. No one is saying, however, that discipline must not exist in a home. But we do recognize that there's a difference between discipline and abuse.
Correct.
So it's one of the things that we want to do is, of course, revamp and reorient and restructure the Parenting Commission. The National Parenting Support Commission was a policy passed by Prime Minister Holness when he was Minister of Education.
Yes.
The law was passed under the subsequent administration, but we have resourced it. But we need to do more, and we think it's not doing all that it can or all that it needs to complement that ecosystem of strong parenting, strong education, to reinforce each other. The schools shouldn't be parenting, and the parents shouldn't have to be teaching. So they both need to be doing their role and supporting each other in the ecosystem.
This is a good way to segue into who I
Was
believe
education here?
are watching this live. The schools shouldn't be parenting. Teachers. I know this is a cry all the time about parenting and teachers taking the brunt of that at school. What are we doing for teachers?
What we're doing for teachers is ensuring greater support for wellness, providing them with more tools that help them to use their time better. So, for example, there's an AI tool for marking now, which would allow better, it's one less thing to do. So you can spend more time working on your lesson plans than having to mark through everything. There's
That's
also electronic management information system that helps with capturing attendance. So you don't have to be going through at the end of term through the big book, through every class and counting up.
We all remember that big book.
We all remember the big
that
book.
One student that is assigned to ruling the big book, and then another student assigned to taking attendance. Now it's a digital process.
No, it's a digital, and not only a digital process that helps teachers manage their time, but it also helps understand what's happening in terms of attendance, and the ministry has information as well. So if attendance is a problem at a school, they can intervene before 2 months after the teacher has been through and done the report, and the report has made it to the education ministry, and somebody else has tabulated the report and entered it into an Excel spreadsheet. Now it's real time. Ministry knows there's a problem here. Let's send an officer to find out what's happening. Let's talk to the principal. Let's talk to leadership and see what's happening, and maybe send some support officers to help.
So I'm going to pull up
record achievements.
Not this one. The 100.
100 highlights.
Right? In the 100 highlights, there was one that stood out for me. I'm going to find it for you. And it was 1 in 5.
1 in 5, 2 in 10.
All right.
1 in 5,
so
2 in
it's
10.
0.38.
Yes.
So it's not hairy-fairy.
No, it's right there.
It wasn't made up after some ray on a stage.
It's in the manifesto.
It's in the manifesto. Walk us through this, because it says, let's read it for everybody. It
that's read. Let me read it. Can I read it? Sorry, because I'm just seeing because I see this
manifesto.
No, this
chair,
is
so.
no. It's just that this copy has an extra word in it.
Okay.
So we actually did a reprint before we issued. We found the error and printed. So I have to delete for you.
Okay.
So it says, nurses, teachers, and members of the security forces will have their particular nation-building service to country recognized by a 1% reduction in their NHT loan rates after completing 5 years of service, and an additional 2% in their NHT loan interest after 10 years of service.
Is it
so
too
if you
late
work,
for me to join? How does that work?
yes, so if you're a nurse, a teacher, or a member of the security forces, if you have worked with the government for 5 years, you get 1% off your NHT interest rate,
Which is already
and if you work for
reduced, by
10,
the way.
it's not what. And then 2% of your if you have been with the government for 10 years.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're rewarding commitment.
We are absolutely. And it's part of the retention program to say you don't have to leave to look elsewhere. So one of the things that we're doing.
The minister spoke about that same retention, and a lot of our teachers are coming back.
Yeah, so we've been hearing.
Welcome home.
I've not been following it statistically, but I
Yes.
do hear that quite a few persons have come back, nurses and
Well, we
and
welcome you
teachers.
home. And on September 3rd, because you're home, you will put your X beside the bed.
We hope you will choose
We
Jamaica.
hope you will choose
hope you will
Jamaica.
choose Jamaica.
Okay, so education,
We're
GLP.
doing lots, right? Absolutely.
So much so we have a whole book on
Yeah, about education for
And where
boys,
we want to
about
go.
STEAM, about skills, about even about childcare and adoption. I mean, there's everything in there. There's how we empower parents, how we involve them, how we empower teachers with more training for them as well, more
So,
scholarships.
I was going to move on from education, but you
Okay.
made mention of something that is very important, or special needs.
Yeah.
And when we hear special needs, we tend to think negative,
Mm-hmm.
and we think the extreme cases.
Mm-hmm.
But new institutions for diagnosing different children,
Right.
what will that look like?
So right now we have 2,
Mhm.
and we're doing a third to make sure that we have 1 in each county. The next thing is to move to 1 in each educational region, and we'll assess to see if the needs are such that 1 is required in each parish. But it may be that 1 in each region is sufficient. The intention, of course, is to train up people to be able to man these things, because you have to be able to assess.
Yes.
Hopefully, we will have specialists returning to Jamaica, but we are ensuring that there is appropriate diagnostic support and then support for treatment as well.
Seem to have thought about.
We're training up, we're
Yes.
taking some of the scholarships
ma'am.
from the Barry Wint. They issued 670, so they had funding for 670, but it was maybe 500 and something that took up the scholarships. So we're reallocating the unused scholarships to do speech therapy, occupational therapy, behavioral therapy, special education, and similar complementary fields that are needed to make sure that we have the people to do the things that we need when we
Sidebar.
identify the issues.
Sidebar.
Sure,
How do you remember all of this?
I don't know, but I'm grateful.
You're passionate.
I am.
I think this is passion.
I am.
shining
I
through,
am.
Because
It is.
it's a lot.
You know, there is a joy in being able to make a difference, and there's a joy. I know a lot of people don't like the book stuff, the policy stuff, but the manifesto team was an amazing group of people, and from all sorts of different backgrounds.
Yes.
We had young people, we had not so young people, we had very experienced people. I hope you like my language.
I do. My grandmother would actually like that one, you know, because they're not senior.
No, experienced.
They're experienced. I'm right there with
Wise
you.
and
Wisdom.
experienced, absolutely.
Those are the
So we had a
lines we
lot of
describe.
different perspectives. There were a lot of ideas we had to throw out because we just can't afford them. And my young members were often disheartened. And I really started to feel
Very
like, you know,
exuberant.
very, but fantastic ideas, you know, like if you had money, these
Yes.
are things you'd be like, I want
So
to do
these
that.
are, you know, these are the in corporate would say the nice to have.
The nice to haves. But if you look at the manifesto, we still came up with a suite of ideas and commitments that are exciting but doable.
And
You know,
groundbreaking,
and
because
yes,
how
there
do
are
you
some
think
really
about
great things.
perimenopause in a manifesto? Like that's,
Like,
I must be
That's
honest, I would
super
not
important.
have thought about that one.
but it's so important, and it's reflective of the fact that we're really trying to think about how do we touch lives, how do we improve lives.
You know what it's reflective of?
Yeah.
A party that has so many women
Yeah.
running as member of parliament.
There is that. That also has the highest number of women in the cabinet in Jamaica, and the highest number of women in the Senate at any time in historic Jamaica, in Jamaica's history.
So it's not,
So you have policy that has a national childcare task force, that had brain builders, that has education separately, that has period poverty,
Yes.
that has perimenopause and menopause, that does look at childcare generally, speeding up the adoption process, looking at placement, making it more efficient, rethinking some of these foundational things in society that, you know, you say, boy, you know, there's so much antisocial behavior and what's happening with the families. But these things are not going to change by magic.
Correct.
You have to be intentional about policy making in a way that can be managed and absorbed in the society.
but it all ties together, right? Because if you're at home and you're a working mom
Yeah,
and you are in rural Jamaica,
yeah.
you no longer have to spend your time and effort thinking about if your child is getting to
school
safe.
safely, right?
And then the government is now saying you can also consider
Why don't you
having them
train for something? Yeah, it says,
like
Mom, why don't you train for something?
train for something.
Yeah. so that-
And in the same
for your
breath,
next job.
there's childcare.
Yeah.
So if it is that you can't afford certain facilities for your children, here we are.
Well, we have the child care grant is being proposed, but this is heart specific. So this
Okay.
is not a child care grant generally. But what it is if you are a mother of a child 0 to 3, age 0 to 3, and you are enrolled in a heart course, then you will get a grant for the period of your enrollment. Until you complete your course, you will get a child care grant.
So Heart is doing so much because you
Yeah.
also have the grant when you leave Heart to
That's
purchase
a tools program. Yep. And that's $50,000 at level 4. And if you're a PATH enrollee. Sorry, I know I'm supposed to be speaking simply. If you are
if you
are in the PATH program, if you're in the PATH
mhm.
program and you have graduated from level 4, then your tools grant is $100,000 because you recognize that you also have other deficiencies in terms of your support system.
Okay, so let's take it
So
back to
gap
Bella.
filling.
We were on topic because we were talking about education and how it all ties into the big melting pot of a better Jamaica,
Yeah.
and how we're doing more for you.
Does everybody know who Bella is, by the way? Because we're talking about Bella.
Yes. Oh, like she's sitting beside us. Right?
Exactly.
Bella is on the Jamaica Labour Party website,
Mm-hmm.
and she's on the top right-hand corner.
Yes, she's our AI assistant.
She's our AI assistant. So if you click on Bella, we'll ask you to register.
Yeah.
Just quick, remember, this was the government that passed the Data Protection Act.
Yes.
So
don't worry about
don't
your
worry
data.
about your data. You click on Bella, you do a quick registration, and if you're, she's your friend for the evening, asking all the hard questions because these questions are not.
Yes, they're not easy. But she's trained on our manifesto. She's trained on our achievements. So she is, as she will tell you, here to answer any questions you might have about our achievements or about manifest our plans.
What went into the thought process, though, of creating an AI assistant?
Accessibility. We believe that governments should be judged on performance and they should be judged on the credibility of their programs and plans. And we believe that we are not the same as the PMP and they are not like us.
Repeat that for me.
We are not like them and they are not like us. And a lot of people who maybe are maybe withdraw from the political process feed very easily into that narrative that, boy, the whole of them are the same. Yeah. And we're not. And we've been very committed to trying to make a difference. We're not perfect. We're not trying to say that we're perfect, but we are trying to say that we're making every effort for you to understand what we did in a factual way and to understand what we want to do going forward, what we're committing to do, and to make sure that that you're able to engage with it easily. So you have the flip book. It looks like a book, and you can flip through it easily and read it. You have chapters broken out that you can just find what you're looking for. You have accessibility features, colorblind, dyslexic, you're hard of hearing, you're hard of vision, whatever it is, you can go through, and you can also ask Bella.
So when we said they're not like us, it seems as if we have a radar somewhere, because we made mention of the amazing Olivia Badridge. On set, looking gorgeous.
As always.
And
Good to see you. But Babsy, we were just talking about your shelters.
No, we weren't talking. We did a chat here. Yes, in a good way.
In a good way.
Okay. We're talking about your shelters.
Yes.
But now that
they're here. No, you can talk about everything else.
You can deep dive a little bit into.
Oh, I can only spend 5 minutes with you.
Oh Lord,
But you're
on the go.
But you're not that 5 minutes. Your portfolio is bigger than 5 minutes, but we appreciate it.
Yes.
Tell us.
So what are the things that you're most proud of, apart from the shelters, because we covered those. So since you only have 5 minutes, and we know you're proud of them.
And we're not talking about the commitments, the performance that you have.
What are the things you're most proud of?
Performance.
More than anything else, I am very proud and I'm actually touched by the fact that I've been able to provide insurance coverage for
Right.
creative people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Life,
Yeah.
accident, and health.
That's a big
Incredible.
I have seen tough men who are in the entertainment industry. Tears come to their eyes.
It's life changing.
When I handed
It's
them
life changing.
the
one.
health
So
card,
it's removing, it's kind of putting a pause to the GoFundMe that we're always seeing for some of our entertainers. We're now giving them the responsibility to,
And maybe this
In
would come in
fact-
investing in our people.
yes.
that's right. We're investing
That's a
in our
big one.
people.
That's in here
We're
from
investing in our
2020.
Oh, that's a big one.
That's right.
That's a big one.
And it you know, it's going to make such a difference in their lives and in the lives of their families, because a number of our artists, the work is seasonal.
Yeah. In some
And
cases,
because
yeah.
it's seasonal, it's not a regular job where they'll end up with a pension or anything like that. And they always try to look, there's a saying in the industry, you fake it
Right.
until you make it. But in a lot of instances,
The
they
faking it
really go
becomes
through
very difficult.
hardships.
Yeah. Yeah.
and they're really appreciative. They really thank the government
Very
for
good.
being able to provide them with that coverage.
Good.
This is coming from passion, you know. Like you
Always.
spoke about it and it's goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Like it's passion. It you know it.
Yes, yes.
You know it. I
It
feel as
is.
if this is
It is. It
life
is.
for you. This is I just asked Camino, you know, how is it that she remembers all these things? And I think every single time you show up, Babsy, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok ask, you're not asleep.
Exactly. I don't know how. I ask her all the time
It is
too.
9:42 and you came on live and you're saying, I'm only
Only
giving you
have
5
5
minutes
minutes.
because I'm on the road.
Yes, yes.
So it's not just the athletes that you're catering to, because obviously
All
you're
the
training
creatives.
as well.
I've spent my life serving people.
Yes.
From I was as young as you can think. I was always the one running the show, leading the team.
Nice.
I'll tell you a little story.
Yes.
Born and grew up in West Kingston. And I lived in a tenement yard.
Yes.
We had no living room. So the sidewalk was our living room.
Okay.
And there was a street light right at the gate.
And it's Babsy under
So
the
that is
streetlight.
that's where we had concerts. We did our homework
Right.
and we engaged,
Right.
right, each other. And so I've always felt that I had to be engaged in something. You get to the point where you don't know night different from day
Okay.
because of how your life, how you've been exposed, and the things that you have gone through. But that has enriched me and made me the person I am today, where I just love to serve. I love to serve
We're
people.
still waiting for the book.
Yes. No, you
Coming
have
up,
to.
coming up.
No, you have to. Like, add signatures.
Yes,
Autographs.
yes, it's
Yeah.
coming
So
on.
you gave us one big thing, and we spoke about the shelters. You say you only have 5 minutes, so give us another one, and
Yes.
we may consider it.
Because you
letting
have lots.
offset.
You
Because
have
you have a lot,
lots.
you know.
Well, I
You
told
could
you
actually
already.
have a book for your ministry by itself.
could.
You could. So tell us
You
another
know,
one.
it's Babsy is one of the reasons why when we did the ministry highlights, it was supposed to be top 10. Babsy sent me like 10 for each aspect of the ministry.
You know, before I even start, there's something that you always mention in your speeches, which I admire. When people think about gender, they only think about women's rights.
Oh, no.
But there's one thing with Auntie Babsy, you know.
Yeah.
She's always going to say the ministry is not just about women. We cater to our men
It's
as
also
well.
about our men.
Yes, yeah, that's a big point
I'll
for
tell
you.
you, the woman, the Bureau of Gender Affairs started as a desk in the office of the Prime Minister. And then it became the Bureau of Women's Affairs. And when we came into government, we made the decision to make it the Bureau of Gender Affairs. But I didn't fully formalize it. We lost government. And of course, the administration that came in at the time did not follow through. We came back into government, and I made it officially
You performed.
the Bureau of Gender Affairs. And we established a male desk in the Bureau of Gender Affairs. And now the male desk is a full-blown unit treating with matters that impact on our men.
So men speak up. I know
Yes.
it's a little bit taboo. There's some men on the set, you know, you should see how they're laughing. But it's kind of like
a direct telephone line.
Yeah, it's a direct telephone line. And it's
men.
confidential.
Because you know
We
what?
won't tell anybody.
Our men don't want to admit it, but they're scared of the doctors.
The numbers.
Yes.
They're very scared of doctors. They're scared of needles.
They're not scared of them. They don't like
They
them.
don't like them.
Well, you know, they get a little itchy.
No, I wish those on the live could see the men in the room. They're just like,
And sometimes men are really going through difficult times.
Yes.
And even in terms of the man-woman relationship, sometimes if a man has an opportunity to just make a call and talk to someone, you know, and get some counseling, it could make a difference.
that's a passionate one, because you do know that most of suicidal cases are men. And it's something that it's taboo, as you said, but I encourage those, remember, we're speaking to you on the live and we're being intentional. Our minister here doesn't just have a desk.
No.
It's a whole department and a hotline for you. Reach out.
And then men sometimes, not sometimes, they are the main perpetrators of abuse of women. And what we have a program where we are using those abusers. We're working through with them their challenges and rehabilitating them and then using them as agents of change.
Boy, Babs, you spend the
And
5 minutes
it has
turning up
worked.
the heat in here,
It
man.
has worked. And then we have a Mentor Me program for boys
Okay.
where we use role models and they go in and they mentor young boys. We have a program for teenage dads. We have
Yes,
a
that's very
fantastic
important.
program for women, for
There's
young girls.
There's a program for teenage dads. That's the
Yes.
first time I'm hearing that
Yes.
one. What does that look like?
Well, we teach them housekeeping
Okay.
and we also teach them how to take care of their kids
Okay.
and just inspire them to be good fathers.
Yes.
A lot
That's
of them,
important.
you know, become fathers because they may be experimenting. For the teenage girls, because we have the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation,
Yes.
where we have adolescent mothers, and sometimes we have like 11-year-old. Some of them were abused and got pregnant, and then in some instances where two youngsters experimenting, and yes, you know, there are issues in relation to how do you treat with teenage pregnancy and how do you treat with underage girls getting pregnant and the father of that child. But we take them through a program and
It's your A stream, right? It's
Yes.
your A
yes,
stream?
the A-Stream program, you know, so we take that young girl.
Yes.
She's embarrassed to be in school and some schools don't want to keep them. So we take them through continuing their education and right through to a vocation or a career. And then we have them being mentored
Yes.
by other women and funded right through university.
So there, what Babs is also not telling you about her amazing work
Yes.
is that through the successes of the program, the number of adolescent pregnancies, of teen pregnancies, has fallen by between 30 and 40%. And the reintegrations, so, you know, Babsy mentioned some of them are embarrassed to go back to school or the schools, the reintegrations have increased as well, so that the program is working on both sides. Because what you want to do is break the cycle. You want them to not get pregnant again so that they can take care of this child and build the family and build themselves.
So I like to tie it all together.
Investing in people.
Investing in people, that's 2020.
Yeah.
2025, committing to rural school bus transportation for children.
Expanding
Because
systems.
what it looks like is if you can now go to school instead of staying home, you are less susceptible to abuse.
That's right.
My granny,
And in
back to
fact,
my granny
with
saying,
the school bus system, a parent doesn't have to decide, I don't have the bus fare to give to all 3 of my kids.
can send everybody.
Right. Everybody can go to school.
So
and they
it
go
all
to
ties
school, there's
together.
a PATH program. So there is that support
At
for
every
the
level.
family.
And it shows a government that is unified in thought
And caring.
and caring.
A
So
government that cares.
a government that cares and is doing more for you. So from education, touching with Auntie Babs's ministry, touching with foreign affairs, advocating, we're doing
funding
for
for some of the
funding for
programs,
because
yes.
I've been to the banquet for A-Stream and I've heard the stories. They will touch you,
Yeah.
and it's not something that is always going to be publicized.
No.
But just know that this government is working for you.
Very much so.
Auntie Babs, you're not ordinary, no, so you must tell me. Stay with me or
Yes.
you
You don't
go.
have
went
spoken
in-
about sports, but
Well,
Yes.
yes. Well,
You see, oh, I tell you, I was going to have a whole book because she hasn't touched on sports.
well, you know, we're giving 500 scholarships annually to the GC Foster College
yes,
in the third
that's
term.
in the 2025 manifesto.
Okay.
Right. And we currently provide subvention to over 40 sporting organizations in the various sporting disciplines. And by the way, we have a winter program. We don't have snow. But we have a winter program, right?
Well, remember, Bob said,
But we have an ice hockey team.
And we just signed up.
And we
We
have
just
three
signed up a
skiers.
Jamaican skier,
Yeah.
right?
like skiing,
Like
skiing.
like that's right.
like Colorado skiing.
That's
like,
right.
here's
I
a-
mean, we're the only country. We compete in winter sports. We don't win, but we are the star.
Listen, the black, green, and gold, we're just fighting. Even if you go to Antarctica, you'll
You're
find
gonna
a Jamaican.
find it.
But you know what is also important? The Paralympics,
Yes.
which I know you
Yes.
are a big
Yes.
advocate for. Going back to Bella for just everybody,
Accessibility.
accessibility and the Paralympic
Well,
support.
I must tell you, we provide insurance coverage for athletes as well, including our Paralympians and our Special Olympians.
Well, that's why you have on a sneakers, because
Yes.
you're always on the run and you're always working.
too.
Always
I
on the
like
run.
them.
So we've touched on sports, we've touched on
Gender.
entertainment, we've touched on gender, we've touched on
What culture look like?
culture. Well, you know, culture is everything we do.
Culture is you.
In fact, we
Yes.
call sports physical culture.
That's very
But Auntie
fancy.
Babsy, we have a whiteboard to build on the maths book.
Yes.
You will need a whiteboard for your
But just
ministry.
before I go, we yesterday broke ground for the Jamaica Music Museum.
Oh, fantastic.
That's amazing news. You know what else you did? Fort Rocky. The entertainment zone.
Entertainment zone. The first
Yes.
entertainment zone. Yeah.
The first entertainment zone, and we have earmarked other locations. In fact, we're doing an inventory on entertainment venues, entertainment districts, entertainment zones, and what we are ensuring is that the venues are up to a certain standard.
Right.
And within an area, we'll establish an entertainment district. And the entertainment zone can be a number of facilities like the Port Royal Entertainment Zone. Because along there you have Fort Rocky, you have Fort Charles,
Yes.
the Old Naval Hospital,
Right.
the Lighthouse,
Right.
the pier.
Auntie Babsy is a definition of
Fantastic
doing more for you.
locations. Sorry.
Yes. Like the doing more for you is your tagline.
Yes.
I think it was for your ministry because you touched on sports,
Yes.
entertain us
Yes.
with the free insurance. We touched on culture, and we are learning that sports is physical culture.
That's right.
Hashtag physical culture. And then we touched on gender.
Yes.
And then I have something called legacy projects.
No, Camina, next time you tell me to create a book
For Babsy.
for
Babsy's
no,
book. Babsy's
that's what it
plans
should
and
be.
achievements. That's what it will be.
And as part of our legacy project, one of the biggest project is our big, beautiful national stadium.
Yes! Cannot wait. Iconic track already in Scotland.
Have you seen the track? The black, green, and
That's
gold
right.
track?
And we could go on and on and on.
Yeah.
No, man, we're going to give you your own book.
Yes.
And we're not going to
Yes.
wait on making it a manifesto book. In the third term, we're
Yes.
going to have a book just for your ministry.
A book of Babsy.
A book of Babsy. Signed,
Babsy's
autographed
thing.
by the Great Big Book of Babsy. That's what we're...
The big, beautiful, Babsy's big, beautiful book.
Say it 3 times. It's a tongue twister. The Great Big Book of Babsy. That's what we're going to have.
Well, it will be the great big book of the woman in the Labour Party.
Oh,
Okay. God, that's a big book. That's a bigger book. That's a bigger book.
Yes.
Starting with Iris Collins, who was
Yes.
the first woman elected to Parliament,
Yes.
and she ran for the Jamaica Labour
Yes.
Party.
All these things are on your whiteboard at work, don't it? It must be. Auntie Babsy, thank you for coming with us.
Well, I come and I crash.
No,
I just walked in, right?
As you should.
we're very happy to have you.
It's your world and we're living in it.
Well, I want to tell you that both of you, I was watching, right? And I'm really impressed with the information
Great.
that you're providing and you're conveying. It just shows that Labour Party is alive,
Yes.
and that we're actually quite ready
Yes.
for the third term, and
Yes.
we're loading.
We're loading.
Yeah, we're loading.
All right, jump to the third term, Auntie Babsy.
I'm
I very much
leaving.
like this because
Yeah,
it's so
no,
cute.
and it matches the dress. People, you can't
No,
see
but
it, let me
Babsy's
tell you.
always on point, you know.
This is culture personified. By the way, the
Always.
nails have the Jamaica flag on. Listen,
Yes.
you know, man.
I noticed. There's one each.
Such a man.
Flag, an actual flag.
Young ladies, when we grow up, we
would
aspire
like to
to
be.
be. Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Auntie Babsy?
Well, I just want to say
Yes.
to all the women out there that Jamaica Labour Party is the party that, as a government, we plan for a woman, we take care of a woman, we ensure that we provide an enabling environment for a woman, and that come September 3, put the X beside the bell, because that will show that you choose Jamaica.
Is this where the program ends? Because I feel like this is a good
Do we
note.
wrap it up now?
No. Okay.
All right. Well, I would not want to prematurely end the program.
No. But it's
But
great
that note
you've
was a
come with us.
beautiful one.
Yeah, absolutely.
And one we will continue to reiterate.
But I just want to say to both of
I would
you,
like to borrow that necklace at some point.
No, man. Okay, so like our borrowing things, the shoes.
Yes.
The shoes.
I just want to say, I'm going to give you the hostess. This was specially made.
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Am I allowed to be grudgeful on TV?
Yeah, I feel like you know, thank you.
Because it's real.
Yeah, thank you. I will wear this.
Awesome.
And
I appreciate this one.
I don't. When I see it, Babsy, when I see
I
it.
thank you and thank you for coming on set.
All right,
We
thank you for having
appreciate
me.
you and see you in the third term.
Yes.
All right, Spanish Town was great last night.
Listen. I was walking with somebody in their seat, and then by the time when we finished, we heard Spanish Town Gridlock. Don't even bother try.
You heard
So
Spanish Town
I went
Gridlock?
home and watched it.
Did you hear Spanish Town when Auntie Babsy stood on the platform? It erupted.
Real up.
Listen,
Real up.
Spanish Town was amazing
Yeah.
last night.
I got goosebumps.
Yes, that's
But
wonderful.
it was a wonderful experience. And the Prime Minister,
Was
I mean,
phenomenal.
his presentation about doubling the minimum wage.
Yes, yeah,
I mean, people just gasp
yes.
because it shows that
The
the
country
Labour
will care.
Party is about
Everybody.
everybody.
Yeah.
So it's not just the Tapenaris
No.
who some people are, you know,
Concerned about
right.
always.
But it's about people, real people. The ordinary man and woman.
Making sure everybody benefits from the economic gains. Everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bless you both.
Thank you.
Once I get started, you can't stop.
The problem is we don't want to stop you. So that's the next
All
thing.
right. Thank you.
Well,
Love you. Okay, great.
so live.
So we soon get another visitor.
Well, you know, this
And
is what it's about.
So, I will make way for someone else, so I don't have to stay the whole time. We can mix it up. So, yeah.
You're not enjoying?
I'm
my
loving
company?
it.
What
I'm
is
loving
happening
it. I'm
here?
just saying.
I thought as if that was a parting message.
I've been here a while.
You have been here a while.
Yes.
But
And you just took the necklace, the bracelets.
wow, people, Auntie Babsy gave me this, So I'm officially.
You're officially.
It's official.
Yeah. You're it.
Yeah.
You're in.
I'm sorry.
You're in. So back to my little document now. Since
Back to your
yes.
document.
One of the things
Are we looking
that
at
we're committed
2020?
to- Yes, one of the things we said is that we are committed to supporting our most vulnerable by strengthening the social safety net. So these are things like the shelters, the insurance. We have the first ever in the world pension fund for tourism workers. And then in 2025, in the next term, we will have the new pension fund for farmers and fishers.
Why are you reading
First
my
of all-
notes?
Oh, well.
Bella got asked a question. The question that Bella was asked is, are you ready? Tourism is huge for us. What new things have you done to attract more visitors or get them spending more while they're here? Let's not talk about the ladies on the raft being massaged. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about real,
Although that's a real market.
a formal, it's a part of a real market, It's been a thing. So tell us, what have we done to attract more people to Jamaica?
So one of the things we've done is reach out to additional airlines so that we have more flights coming to Jamaica. And we have also upgraded Boscobel to now be an international airport. And I think we have daily flights now. I started off with 2 days, but I think it's daily flights now. And American Airlines flies in and out of Boscobel now. We have more flights from different places in the world. We're one of the most well-connected. But we're also building out new products. So what we're trying to do is make sure that there's more of Jamaica that's seen and experienced by our visitors. So there's more food, there's more culture, there's more community experience, there's more eco, everything that's possible. And all of that is also about making the tourism dollar reach further into the Jamaican pocket.
So I'd
More
like
of
to
it as well.
touch on that because oftentimes when we think about tourism, we think about Montego Bay, Ochi. But Kingston has now become a whole festival. mecca.
Absolutely.
You have food and drink festival.
Right.
You have all these things attracting overseas chefs.
Absolutely.
And it's beautiful to see.
It's
if you walk
awesome.
New Kingston now, you see people walking.
And then of course the murals, Creative Kingston or Kingston Creative Downtown.
So if you've never
Right.
been, you should go downtown. Check out the murals with your family. It's a family-friendly activity, and that is possible because of the reduction in
violent crime. Absolutely.
So the tourists feel safe. coming to
Absolutely,
Jamaica.
absolutely. So our tourism numbers are up, and we're trying to leverage that to make sure that more Jamaicans benefit as well. So one of the things in our manifesto is a tourism for all away calendar, which is literally
How that one
it's
go?
tourism for all away calendar.
For all
So
away.
yes. So it's about not just all inclusives and Montego Bay or Ochi, but it's about making sure that there's a calendar of events in every parish.
So you can always know.
So creatives always have, Babsy was saying, so the creative sector is seasonal, so but we're trying to make it less seasonal to find more things and more of Jamaica to offer, more of our communities to offer.
And our expats watching this, what it will allow for those of you coming to vote on September to put your X beside the bell, you will now know the activities that you can come and visit your beautiful island to experience.
Yes, so festivals, parties, and just events at the community level. People who want to learn how to cook traditional food, craft, any number of exciting things that will be developed in different parishes. so that they are able to have income rolling through as well. So we're also deepening our linkages. I don't know if you remember that we created this linkages council to help the farmers connect directly their sales with the hotels.
There is actually
the Alex. Yes.
Alex.
So the the agricultural linkages exchange has brought billions of dollars into farmers' pockets from hotels. So it has helped to stabilize the supply of goods from Jamaican farmers, and that's now being expanded to small businesses. So our sauces, or our spices, our
and I know that
ceramics,
in collaboration, though, our Minister of Tourism and our
Yes.
Minister of Agriculture
Yes.
kind of mandate a percentage of how many local produce these hotels are supposed to be purchasing, and that's something that we're committed to for sustainable growth.
They are working on ensuring that once we stabilize quality, that more is purchased here.
So
yep,
eat what you grow and grow what you eat.
Eat what you grow what you
on a
eat on a
very big
major scale.
There
exactly.
we go.
And we're also looking at tourism, housing for tourism workers.
Yes, and tourism
Super
pension fund.
important, and the tourism pension fund.
That's a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think I have there's someone here that's going to come and talk to us a little bit. I see him having the book. It's one of those.
Gonna talk about.
I have a digital copy, but then I see him with a physical copy. We appreciate everybody, and that's why we have it on both forms.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, come on in. Tell us.
So should I vacate the space?
You can just.
Can I go get some water?
Don't go too far. Don't go too far. You can.
Why don't you come and sit
Yes.
here and let me.
Okay, Chad.
Hey, how are you?
Oh wow. Okay. We went from the soft voice to the lots of testosterone in that voice and bass. Talk to me, Chad. Welcome to our live chat. What's up?
Yes, I'm here. I'm good. Feeling energized. Feeling ready.
Your shirt. There's a shirt. Doing more for you. Okay.
Yes.
So, Chad, should we say you're a young person? Is that what we?
Of course I am. I'm 25 years old.
You're 25.
Yeah.
What's in the manifesto for you?
What's in the manifesto for me? I mean, I think the income tax threshold in terms of what we plan to do, reducing the income tax from 25% to 15%. I think that's something that working young professionals would want to hear about.
What does that mean, though? So I'm happy you brought that up, because that was on my list of things, many things that was asked, Bella, right?
Yeah.
So from 25% to 15%, why is it important for you?
It's important because I think the Jamaica Labour Party has been the government to really demonstrate that it cares about young people. And not just young people, but people in general, the Jamaican people. Because when you look at the fact that, hey, we're giving more money to you. So the government, the Jamaica Labour Party, has cut taxes and has said no new taxes for 8 years consecutively, but at the same time, it's giving back in every budget. You know, it's pretty much inspiring, you know, watching the Prime Minister, and every single year, Dr. Andrew Holness can tell you, this is what we're going to do. And it's very practical, it's feasible. It's not a case where, it's just an empty promise or something that won't be achieved. It's not a pie from the sky.
It's not Ray influence.
That is it. I saw what you did there.
I'm happy you caught that one.
Yeah, when the rum tell you, you know?
Man, when the rum tell you, it's a big dance. Soca season.
That's it. So, I mean, this is a government that shows that it cares because it's giving more to you economically. And if you know about the Jamaica Labour Party and the reason why, you know, I chose to become involved in politics and the Jamaica Labour Party, it's because of the simple mission which it has to ensure that there are opportunities created for Jamaicans who especially want to achieve more in this country.
Pause on two things that you just made mention of, but three. Let's do three. A reduction in income tax from 25% to 15%. So that's 10% more in your pockets. For those of you who are good at math, not Damian's math, you know, real math. If you think about the amount of money that the government is now saying you can put in your pockets to do what you want to do, you don't have to take out a loan to go to the parties anymore. You can purchase your ticket to go on a nice vacation because you're saving more.
And for those who want to, you know, pursue higher education.
You pursue higher education.
You know, it's easier for you.
You can save towards it.
Yes, save towards getting a home for yourself, you know, by a certain age. That's what young people want to hear.
So that's one thing, right?
Yes.
the next thing, because we always assume that we're all in the same tax bracket. But the PM announced something very level-headed, and
Yes.
it's not an announcement. So let us be clear, people. It's not an announcement because it was in the manifesto. The PM emphasized a point in the manifesto: minimum wage.
Minimum wage.
Doubling the minimum wage within a certain period.
Yeah.
So doubling the minimum wage to how much is it? 32,000.
yeah,
So
around
we're
there.
not only talking about, we're catering to everybody
Yes.
and doing more for you.
For you.
Young people, if you want to say you're middle class or you're someone who's currently earning the minimum wage, it will be increased under this Jamaica Labour Party if you vote to make sure
Yes.
that
That
we
you
secure
retain
the
this government
third term.
third term.
You're looking at an increase in minimum wage. Chad, talk to me. You said no new taxes. So what are you using your savings to do?
Well, I am actually, that's why I mentioned pursuing higher studies earlier, because now I have the chance to, pursue higher education, starting my master's this year actually. And so I'm using the dividends, that the Prime Minister and his government has given to us as young people. And that has really been the dividends of a growing economy, a strong economy. And that now in return is giving more to us to do more. I will never forget the 2016 manifesto.
1 in 5, that's where you're going?
No, I'm talking about something else. I'm talking about the same income tax threshold when the opposition, the PNP, said it was not workable. And now all of a sudden they are the ones who are saying, oh, they can do it.
We
they
mentioned
cannot do
Ray.
it.
Remember we mentioned Ray. So we're,
Compare and everything.
Ray. Well, let's. I think Ray is stronger. So that's is what would have 3.5, not 3 anymore. But
And I think it was 2.5 before. So it keeps changing.
The rum tells you you're a big dancer. We need to do a dub with PM on that one. There is a dub with PM. I can see it now on Spotify. I can see it. I see the little swag when yeah, man, we can see it. So, economic support for young people, more money in your pocket. Chad, you say going to do your masters, so he's a bright boy.
Yes, and something that I know a lot of young people as well that are listening as well is what we plan to do with the SLB. Continuing something major that has been announced by this government. The fact that we want to now include housing as a part of something that you can benefit from.
Let me tag
under the
team you on
SLB.
that. It's not just housing; it's laptops, books,
yes,
and your tuition.
Yes.
So 4 things that's
4 things
under SLB.
Yes.
And guess what? You can't learn if you're hungry, So SLB is going to be meals, laptops, housing, tuition.
I mean,
the government doing more for you.
Yes.
Chad, it has been amazing speaking to you because you have the youth perspective. Auntie Babsy and Camino used some categories to describe people. She said youth, those who have wisdom. She made mention of some mature experiences. And we have somebody just came into the studio who has some wisdom.
Oh, yes.
Not because of age, because like Auntie Babsy is always on the go in his sneakers, doing more for the Jamaican people. And I think everybody online will be excited to see this one.
Oh, yes.
Can you tell them? No, tell them who it is. I won't say it. I'll allow you to tell.
So we have one of Jamaica's best ministers of health in the studio right now, and he is definitely one of the shining MPs and exemplary leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, and he is actually chairing our campaign committee this year. It is no other than Dr. Christopher Tufton.
But you see, because the base did all right.
When you go down at the polling station, you have to vote Labour. Put the X beside the bell, make sure you remember. And you go and whop them one by one. Labour go and whop them 2 by 2.
Over the next few years, in our third term, we will double the minimum wage from $16,000, what we have carried it to now, having almost tripled it, to $32,000. In our first budget, the minimum wage will move from 16,000 to 18,500 and then gradually after that for the next few years. Our policy is not focused on a small group of people, which is what the 3.5 does. We do not believe in transferring wealth from the poor to the rich. We love the poor, but we hate poverty. Choose the Jamaica Labour Party. Put your X beside the bell.
When you go down at the polling station, you vote Labour. Put the X beside the bell and make sure you remember. And you go and whop them one by one. Labour right whop them two by two.
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
We are doing more for you, putting more money in the pocket of every Jamaican. We have given more to pensioners, more to path beneficiaries, and more to public sector workers. When we increased the minimum wage, they had an issue. They were concerned. They were not concerned about Mark's $25 million salary. Choose the party that chooses you. Choose the Jamaica Labour Party. Put your X beside the bell.
Jamaica. For far too long, bad roads have burdened our communities. PMP once promised pothole-free Jamaica by 2003. That didn't work out for you. This Jamaica Labour Party government is different. We're not just talking, we're working, building your roads, delivering results. Under the Spark program, we're investing $45 billion of your money to build over 600 new roads in your communities. New sidewalks, drains, water pipes, and so much more. By November, we will complete the first 100 across all 14 parishes. This is for you, your communities, your roads, your future. We will get it done. Choose performance. Choose Jamaica. Choose the Jamaica Labour Party.
We do so much already, now we doing more. We doing Jamaica Labour Party, yes, we doing more for you. JLP doing
So, before we took the break, Chad made a big introduction, and I'm going to make it small. So I'm going to jump right into it, our campaign manager.
sure.
I think people are used to you being introduced as the Minister of Health. But we're going to start a little bit softer by saying the campaign manager.
Right.
Sneakers on,
Always.
coming off the road, I'm assuming.
From constituency.
From constituency,
Yeah.
not just one constituency, I'm sure, because it's
Several, yeah,
constituency
been to a
to
few.
constituency. How has that been?
You know, good. There's a lot of energy on the ground. I think the campaign has done enough, and certainly a lot, to demonstrate why the Jamaica Labour Party is the best choice in this election. People feel it. They feel it through the water projects that we have implemented, over 350,000 people. They feel it through the training heart, over 550,000. They have felt it through prescription drugs that they have gotten through the NHF, over 3 million prescription written last year as opposed to less than 1 million under the PNP in 2015. You know, the roads, the farm program, and I could go on and on.
Yes,
So,
because you are the campaign manager, so I'm sure you can go on and on. But we want to bring it together, and it's important. We're asking questions from Bella.
right.
Online, Jamaica
course.
Labour Party, register, ask Bella the questions. One of the things that we want to do as a party is to make sure when we say doing more for you, we can tie it in. So, Minister of Health, on Twitter, I saw someone make mention of the fact that lupus was added to our list of
Yeah, of record of drugs of illnesses that is supported by the NHF.
NHF. What other illnesses are under the NHF, and how can someone access
It's
that?
24 different ones. I cannot promise you I can name all of them.
Yes, don't.
Right?
Yeah, I know.
What I
There
will
are a
say
lot.
though is that we have added 9 since we have been in office.
Okay.
So in 2015 there were 9 less. There are 9 more. So for example, I know lung cancer, multiple myeloma, for example, are added. So it means that in 2015, if you had lung cancer, there will be no help for you through the National Health Fund in terms of drugs that are required. Today, like lupus, like multiple myeloma, you would get help. And it's substantial.
How?
It's a lot of, well, for starters, well, healthcare is free, so
Yes.
you have access to the hospital. But drugs are very important, especially when you have these kind of illnesses. The drugs are very expensive. And I cite cancer because cancer is the fear of everybody.
Yes.
Nobody wants to be diagnosed with the big C. Exactly. Doing chemo or even radiation, a dose could be over a couple $100,000. Now, if you can get the NHF and get the support, where you pay either a fraction of that or none at all, every Jamaican can relate to that because they know someone who has been.
Well, that's a heavy one. And you made mention of free healthcare and going to the hospitals. But I know you're a big advocate for the clinics. So here's a question from Bella, because we're taking questions from Bella.
Of course.
Says, on healthcare, how many new clinics have you built or upgraded, and how easy is it for people to actually access them?
So we have approximately 325 health centers across the country. In fact, the policy around health was adopted from the British system, we're a former colony of Britain. And the idea was to have a health center within 10 miles of each community. Residential accommodations have changed over time, so we've had to adjust, but we're almost in that same formula. We have upgraded 100 and still counting, probably 140, 138, 140, up to a year or so ago. And there are some that are being built out as we speak. So Old Harbour is being built out, St. Jago, Portmore, just to give you three. And these are not $100 million build out. Old Harbour's build out is about 700 million Jamaican dollars. Huge money.
Okay.
And it comes with lab, pharmacy, diagnostics, urgent care. It's like a transformation. So the government has invested heavily in primary health care. Reason being that we have to invest more in prevention and in some forms of treatment at the local community level. We want to keep people out of hospitals. So what we're doing is treating them within their community.
So again, doing more for you. Let's talk about something that I actually know. There's a Chapelton clinic.
Yes, Chapelton Hospital.
Community hospital.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
When I visited the community recently, they made mention of the fact that it's been opened later than usual, and they have more beds coming in.
Yeah.
And that's speaking directly to the people in that constituency, in that area. So, as you said, adjusting to the population, giving you easier access to health care is a big part of the Jamaica Labour Party's mantra.
Absolutely. So Chapelton Hospital was literally closed down. This government, this Jamaica Labour Party government, spent maybe 350 million. About 100 million or so of that was a donation by a philanthropist from that area who resides abroad. Government matched that and exceeded it. Alexandria Hospital in St. Anne, similar the case. So we have actually reopened those in a much improved way. We have added operating theater, beds, pharmacy.
So now you don't have to go too far.
You don't need to go down to Maypen, unless there are certain services that are not offered there. But your first stop can be Chapelton. And the same for Alexandria as opposed to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital. So what the government has essentially done is to recognize healthcare as an important imperative for health, wellness, productivity, and have sought to bring healthcare closer to you in your community. And no other government has done it the way we have.
So we spoke about primary health care, the hospitals, free health care, but we need human resource for all of that. I know that you've added some permanent jobs in the healthcare facility. What does that look like? Because people are watching, and I'm sure we could find a few healthcare professionals on the live. What does that look like?
So it's been substantial. So we embarked on a compensation review process, which, among other things, sought to offer greater job security to our healthcare workers. A number of them used to work as contractors. And when you're a contract worker, you don't benefit from things like pension and so on. And then there are additional posts that were required to hire more people. So between doctors and nurses, we have established posts of about 3,000. So
That's a
about
substantial amount.
1,500 nurses, a little less for doctors. For community health aides, we had 1,000 when we got into office. We have about 2,500 now. So we have increased the complement of healthcare workers substantially. Now, that solves part of the problem in that we now have more people on the payroll and therefore more people doing the work and sharing the work. But there is a challenge, I will admit, as it relates to having the healthcare workers. So we have expanded training to train more. We are doing collaboration with other jurisdictions, external to us, to do collaboration. So the next dispensation is to try to fill these posts. But I think we have done a lot to make healthcare workers more secure in their posts, not to mention compensation review, which is offering them more salary, more pay. So, and then the working conditions by improving and building out hospitals and health centers. So I think this government has done more for healthcare workers than any other government. I'm not saying it's perfect. There's still a lot more to be done.
And I think that has been your modus operandi. You know, doing more for you means that there's some ways to go, but we can acknowledge the big milestones that we've achieved.
Absolutely.
And I did promise you that we wouldn't be too heavy. So, on the campaign trail, have you seen healthcare workers? Have you been engaging them one-to-one as well?
Yeah, of course. Healthcare workers, there are two critical stakeholders in health. There's the worker and there's the patient, the citizen. And both, I think, have been engaged sufficient to help them to understand, to the extent that some may not be totally clear. You see, the thing with being in office for 9 years is that if you were not involved in the field 9 years ago, there'd be no reference point.
Correct.
So the younger ones coming in don't know what it was before the Labour Party. But there is a famous statement made by the opposition spokesperson on health when he spoke to doctors using garbage bags and cutting a soap in two and so on. Now, that's his words. He said it. He's on record of saying it. But it speaks to the crisis that was faced at that point in time. Fast forward to today, whatever criticisms you have, it is a far different and much improved. Now, as I've always said, as you say, it's not where we want to be because we still have work to be done, but we have come a very, very long way. And as a consequence, I think that we have done more for healthcare. Now, from the patient perspective, on the campaign trail, you know, I cannot tell you how many people have come up to me and have said thank you during this campaign, which is quite heartening because people don't normally say thanks. You know, they have, when they have a problem, they say they talk about the problem. One of the most popular comments that I've got is from seniors, the older population, who thank me about expansion of the NHF, expansion of the distribution points, expansion of the number of sicknesses, illness categories that you can get drugs with. People come to me and say, listen, man, every month I go get my hypertension drug, I get my diabetes, this, I go get my that. And of course, the older you get is the more you're afflicted.
I was waiting on you because I feel like that has been your tagline since having this ministry. You're always talking about the hypertension, the diabetes, the lifestyle illnesses.
Lifestyle.
And it's easy for us to forget that your ministry is actually health and wellness.
Wellness. We gave the name wellness.
And it was through this government that you added wellness.
Yes.
Now, what does that mean? What does wellness look like? There was a big argument about the wellness bench. And I think it flew over a lot of people's heads what it actually meant.
Right.
Because you now have a moment to pause.
Yes. So, two things. There are two separate issues, but let me address them quickly. So, the wellness was added to health at my request to the Prime Minister because having looked at the data and discerning that most of us are afflicted by behavior,
Yes.
lifestyle, you really need to place greater emphasis on changing lifestyle. So the interesting thing about health is that while clinically you need a response for sickness, medication, doctor, hospital, prevention is more behavioral. So it's more social sciences. So the wellness is really about trying to improve behavior, nudging people away from lifestyles that make them unwell.
Hence Jamaica Moves.
Okay. You get the point.
It's coming together.
So you're talking about salt, sugars, fats, tobacco, alcohol. Trying to reduce or cut that out totally. You're talking about exercise. You're talking about rest. And you're talking about some other things too that are not as apparent. Sense of belonging, sense of purpose, spirituality,
I'll
that kind
pause
of thing.
there. It seems as if this whole jogging culture and the hiking culture has expanded in Jamaica. And people might think that it is a random thought. But I think it ties into the whole health and wellness and all the campaigns that you've been running and all the campaigns that the ministry has been running for people to feel as if there's some other activities that we need to do.
Absolutely. So our posture, our position over the last 9 years, supported by the government, the cabinet, the prime minister, who himself is a runner, as you know.
Boy, I feel it for security guards at those 5Ks.
Well, you can't keep up. You can't keep up. You won't qualify.
Yes.
But our entire posture around health and wellness is that it is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. You must get up in the morning and you must know what you need to do. And what I've said to people is that you don't need to imitate anybody. You don't need to be a copycat like them other people trying to copycat other people, right? Okay, fine. That's my word. That's my position.
No, they're not copying. They're copying.
Copying. You just need to find your groove. Okay? So if you like to swim, go swim.
Yes.
If you like to walk, go walk. If you like to hike, go hike. If you like to do push-ups in your bedroom, go do push-ups in your bedroom. What is important is that you do something, right? And Jamaica Moves was really about that. It really promoted movement. And I've tried to put my own life on display. Now, I'm not perfect, and I do have a drink now and then.
Yes.
So let me not claim
Full
perfection.
disclaimer.
There's no virgin here in this room.
Cut. Mom and Dad, if you're watching this.
But well, you know what I mean. But the point is that we aim for perfection.
Yes.
We work towards it. And when we slip up, we try and make it. So what we have done in health is to try and push lifestyle and encourage lifestyle. And at all levels, even the schools. We have Jamaica Moves in schools.
Yes.
But the wellness bench is really about mental health.
Yes.
Right? Because many people don't know, but most of us are afflicted by mental health challenges at some point.
Yes.
Depression, anxiety, all of that sort
And
of
with the
stuff.
insurgence of COVID, it just made
COVID
everything.
has amplified it.
Yes.
Amplified it. The wellness bench was placed in the schools and in the work environment as a symbolic, as a symbol of safe space and safe persons. So we promote around that, that you need to find a safe space because we all need to step back from the noise of the world and the challenges of the world. And that safe space may be under your mango tree in your yard, in your bedroom, and church and the choir, maybe on the bar stool, God forbid, but yes, everybody knows your name and they're always glad you came. Like they say in the sitcom called Cheers. And then the safe person is that person you can talk to, who is not judgmental. So we have, let me tell you something. I'm very proud of the government.
And you should be.
And not proud of me because I leave others to be so inclined. Proud of the government and the work we have done. And in my case, proud of the fact that I've been given the leverage and the leeway to go out there and to really pursue the conviction around what is important. And it hasn't been traditional. because typically in health, under the other people,
copycats.
over time, exactly, the idea of health was just about hospital bed and doctors. Those are very important. But your best health doesn't involve a hospital.
Yes.
Your best health involves the lifestyle that you choose to lead.
If Auntie Babsy didn't just give me this bracelet to say that she's proud of me, I would have given it to you.
Oh, well,
Because that was a moment.
Yeah.
That
Well,
was
it's
a
true.
big. It's true. That was a big
It's true.
moment.
It's true.
We're talking to everybody, and it's important that we tie it all together. So there's a big component of health in the manifesto, and you made mention of having someone to speak to. You know, the Minister of Gender came and she made mention of the hotlines where men and women can call. And similarly, it's you promoting through the ministry that wellness includes mental health. And the improvements to, let's talk about the improvements to Bellevue Hospital. What does that look like?
So those improvements are ongoing, but what we have actually done is in 2016, we had a task force that I established, the Dr. Earl Wright task force, to look at homelessness and mental health. And we essentially, that group of experts drew some conclusions around community-based interventions to support people and to downgrade Bellevue or downsize Bellevue from being a holding area over a long period of time to more giving support for those who have mental health challenges, and then hopefully doing more outreach in the community. So Bellevue has come a long way. It has engaged a different approach. There is an ambitious plan to build a new hospital at Bellevue, and they have actually gone to market under this government to actually have a projectization of that, and that is now taking place, and hopefully in the next dispensation that will happen. And then we have hired more community-based intervention officers. We have provided more vehicles. So mental health is one of the neglected areas over many, many years, you know, and there's a lot of stigma. So people feel that if you have signs of mental health issues, you should be an outcast. You know, even family members drive people out of their homes. That's why you have homelessness with mental health. People have to live on the streets. So one of the things we have tried to do is to destigmatize mental health. So I tell people, even in the parliament, I tell my colleagues that if they say 4 out of every 10 of us have mental health issues, I count the parliament numbers also.
And plug out the
put up your hand if you're one of the 4 out of the 10 in the parliament. And I put up my hand. None of them no put up their hand after that, right? But it shows the stigma, right?
It shows.
But it's a reality.
It's a reality.
So we have to destigmatize. And this government has done more. If you talk to the mental health practitioners, they will tell you that this government has done more to destigmatize mental health issues than any other government before. So we're proud of that also.
Okay, so health and what that entails. We talk about mental health, wellness, the hospitals. But as you go across Jamaica, and tomorrow, no campaigning, we're heading into September 3rd. What does September 3rd look like for the campaign manager? Like, where do you start?
The first thing I'd say to my friends and colleagues out there, don't panic. We've got this.
We've got this.
We've got this.
We've got
this, right? You know, let me tell you, the choice is clear to me, and yeah, I may be biased, but the choice is clear. A government that has been in office for 9 years, that has reduced crime, reduced poverty, increased employment, increased training, and reduce crime to a 30-year low, and I could go on, is a government that has performed. Compared to the others who seem to spend more time tearing down and rumor mongering
and scopying,
cussing people and scopying, as you say. They're not ready for prime time. They really are not ready for prime time. And therefore, the candidates in the field who have been well selected, they went through a rigorous process. We were very careful. Unlike the others too, but that's another issue.
They copy the wrong things.
Right. They have done their work. They have organized themselves on the ground. They have taken the message out. A campaign that has been extremely structured, not just with achievements,
Yes.
but with
A big manifesto
commitment for the future.
There it is.
Right? Achievement, commitment for the future. And if you believe in the
Highlights.
achievements, you'll believe in the commitment for the,
next
future.
chapter.
The next chapter. While others have had Mother Manifesto and Baby Manifesto.
And light and heavy manifesto.
Light and heavy. Changing up things. Then they flip-flop around, 3.5. They're going to do it through organic growth. Then they're going to do it through primary surplus. Yes. They flip-flop around whether they can finance this, how they're going to finance it. They can't provide explanation. They have spent most of their time, I would think, 80% of their time, maybe 90%, trying to tear down people, trying to quarrel with people, trying to intimidate people, promulgating rumors, innuendos. That is when you're not being a circus clowns in terms of just talking, giving joke on the platform. I don't understand it, but it's not my business. We have been very serious about what we're doing. Yes. We have been very structured. The point is, therefore, that we have good candidates, we have good policies, we have demonstrated a good track record. I think we've got this. I think people, Jamaican people, are smart. They know what's in their best interests. We have done it in humility. And what we ask them to do is, they don't need to talk to anybody. This is the time. They just need to go out there and go behind the curtain. Your vote is your private choice.
Correct. So, let's talk. Thank you so much for staying with us. We are looking at a reduction in the income tax from 25 to 15%. We are looking at doubling the minimum wage.
Yes.
Starting with increasing it by $2,000 next fiscal year. We are looking at student loan covering not just your tuition, but covering housing, books, laptops, meals. We are looking at a government expanding clinics, expanding the hours of these clinics. So if anything happens to you at 8 o'clock in the night, you don't have to think about going to a hospital that is far away. You can access your clinics. We're looking at NHF access, more medications. We are looking at the stronger team
by far
vying for the third term. So on September 3.
And a prime minister, party leader prime minister, was demonstrated hard work, commitment, and has delivered.
So the question is, promises versus performance? Exactly. I would choose performance. What say you?
Ditto.
There we go. So on September 3rd, put your X beside the bell.
Without a doubt.
We are doing more for you, putting more money in the pocket of every Jamaican. We have given more to pensioners, more to path beneficiaries, and more to public sector workers. When we increased the minimum wage, they had an issue. They were concerned. They were not concerned about Mark's $25 million salary. Choose the party that chooses you. Choose the Jamaica Labour Party. Put your X beside the bell.
When you go down to the polling station, you pick vote Labour. Put the X beside the bell and make sure you remember. And you go and whop them one by one. Labour go and whop them two by two.
Over the next few years, in our third term, we will double the minimum wage from $16,000, what we have carried it to now, having almost tripled it, to $32,000. In our first budget, the minimum wage will move from $16,000 to $18,500, and then gradually after that for the next few years. Our policy is not focused on a small group of people, which is what the 3.5 does. We do not believe in transferring wealth from the poor to the rich. We love the poor, but we hate poverty. Choose the Jamaica Labour Party. Put your ex beside the bell.
When you go down at the polling station,